Good morning, everyone. So, today we will see about the important points from chapter 2 of biology, that is biological classification. We will see some important notes. Biological classification is the scientific procedure. So, it is a scientific procedure of arranging organism into groups and subgroups. Means if we will discover any organism, then we have to keep the name in any group. So, it is a scientific procedure to arrange the organism into group and subgroup on the basis of their similarities and dissimilarities. As we know, when we will discover any new organism, then we have to see the similarities and dissimilarities from them. Then we can place the animal into the group where it should be there in a hierarchy of categories. Means into which category they will live, that will be the biological classification. That means this process is known as biological classification. Okay. Next, see here some kingdom system of classification is written. 2 kingdom, 3 kingdom, and 5 kingdom. You have read it that from 2 kingdom there were Plantae and Animalia at first. From 3 kingdom there were Plantae, Protista, and Animalia. Protista means the organism which are in between the plants and animals, that are known as protist. Okay. After that, 5 kingdom classification came, that is Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae, and Animalia. So here, along with the Plantae and Animalia, Monera and Fungi came with the another 3 kingdom. So now it is 5 kingdom classification. Now see, Eichler and Engler and Prandtl phylogenetic systems are transitional or partly phylogenetic. This is one system that is transitional, that means partly phylogenetic. Okay, so now we will see what is phylogeny. We will see what is phylogeny. So phylogeny is the developmental history of entire race. Means phylogeny, what is the meaning of phylogeny? So phylogeny is the developmental history of entire race. Means how the animals have developed. If we will study this, then it is known as phylogeny. Haeckel proposed the concept of phylogeny. So who proposed this word? Haeckel proposed the word or the concept of phylogeny. Term Monera were used by Dougherty and Allen. So who used first the term Monera? It was used by Dougherty and Allen. Okay. Next is phyletic classification. So it is a type of phylogenic classification based on the relationship to a particular line of descent. There are 2 components of phyletic relationship, that is patristic and cladistic. So what is patristic? There are 2 components of phyletic relationship, okay, that are patristic and cladistics. So patristic means it is a term used for similarities between 2 plants due to a known common ancestry. Means this term is used for similarities between 2 plants due to a known common ancestry. Means if any 2 plants are coming from same ancestry, means common ancestry, then the similarities between these 2 plants, that is known as patristics. Okay. Next is cladistic. So cladistics word came from the word clados, that means branch. It means branch. So this term is used for closeness of relationship in terms of phyletic lines. So this is the closeness, means not fully similar. Yeah, we can say that they are close to each other. So this is cladistics. Okay. So cladistics, that means the phylogenetic systematics, it is a method of classification. It is a method of classification given by Willy Heng, also known as Henggian classification. Okay, so this is the cladistic, that means phylogenetic systematics. It is a method of classification which was given by Willy Henning. Also it is known as, means there can be question, what is the another name of phylogenetic systematics? So you can say that the another name of phylogenetic systematics, it is Heinesian classification. Okay, next very important thing, that is green data book. Okay, so it gives information about rare plants growing in botanical garden or protected areas. So what is green data book? The green data book is a book which gives the information about the rare plants, means whatever plants we can't see anywhere. So it is rare plants and it is growing in botanical gardens and in the protected area. Okay, next is blue book. United Nations Environment Program, UNEP, has compiled endangered species of the world under the title of Blue Book. That means, what is Blue Book? Blue Book is the book where endangered species of the world are classified into this book. Okay, so United Nations Environment Program, UNEP, has compiled endangered species of the world under the title of Blue Book. So inside the Blue Book, this endangered species name is written. Okay, next is traffic, not the road traffic. Okay, trade record analysis of flora and fauna in commerce, means whatever flowers and fauna, means plants and animals, are important for the commercial purpose. That means we can do many activities used for commercial. That type of record of analysis, that is known as traffic. Next is the full form of UNESCO. I think everyone know that. United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization. So it is the full form of UNESCO. This is very important MCQ. Okay. Next is IUCN. See, International Union for Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources, or IUCN. Next, full form GEF, that is Global Environmental Facility. Next full form. Just wait a second. Okay, so see, next BHNS, that is the full form of Bombay Natural History Society in Mumbai. Its logo is hornbill. Okay, next is WWFN. So Worldwide Fund for Nature. Old name was WWF, World Wildlife Fund, not the playing WWF. Okay. Since 1986, it is WWFN, means the nature came along this name. Its logo is giant panda. So at first the logo was the Bombay Natural History Society. Its logo is hornbill. After that, for WWFN, the logo came giant panda. Okay. Next is IBWL. So it means Indian Board for Wildlife. These full forms are very important. Okay, everyone read it. In a single PDF, you can get these all points. So that's why it will help you for the competitive exams. Next is WPSI, that is Wildlife Preservation Society of India, that is in Dehradun. So next is UNEP, United Nations Environments Program. Okay, so what is the full form of UNEP? United Nations Environments Program. Last one is NBPGR, that is National Bureau of Plant Genetic Resource, that is in New Delhi. Oh, okay. NBAGR, that is National Bureau of Animal Genetic Resource, that is in Kernel. Next, it is one definition, that is mixotrophy. This is very, very much important. You can give a star here because it is very, very much important. Mixotrophy. This nutrition is found in euglenoids, which show photosynthetic mode of nutrition in light and become holozoic in the absence of light. So, what is mixotrophy? The type of nutrition which is found in euglenoid types organism, which show photosynthetic mode of nutrition in light and become holozoic in the absence of light. Okay, so whenever there is light, it becomes photosynthetic. But whenever there is no light, then it becomes holozoic. Albizia falset is world's fastest growing tree. So it can be one MCQ question that name the world's fastest growing tree. So you have to say Albizia falset. Okay. Next, Lornaceae tasmanica is the longest living plant. That means the longest living plant. It can live 43,000 years. Means it's now its age is 43,000 years. Next, Butea monosperma is called flame of the forest. It is called the flame of the forest in MCQ, like in NEET exam or in any MCQ test, wherever it will be there for the competitive exam. This type of unknown question can come, so you have to read these names very much. Okay, so next we will see the characteristics of all the organism from 5 kingdom classification. As you know already, I know that, but still we will see this. For Monera, the kingdom includes all prokaryotes, that is Mycoplasma, bacteria, Actinomycetes and Cyanobacteria. These all are the kingdom which includes these all are included in the kingdom Monera. So they can be unicellular prokaryotes containing most primitive of living forms. The cells are microscopic. We cannot see these in through our naked eye. And the cell wall is generally present. Cell wall is present for Monera. Okay. Genetic materials are not organized into nucleus and contain naked DNA. Membrane-bounded organelles are absent. So here, membrane-bound organelles are absent. Reproduction is asexual except gene recombination. So for Monera, the reproduction will be asexual reproduction and gene recombination will be occurred there. Except gene recombination, the reproduction is asexual. Flagella may be present and are of single-stranded, means their flagella should be single-stranded. The examples are blue-green algae, bacteria, etc. Next, we will see some shapes of bacteria. So, Coccus, Spirillum, Bacillus and Vibrio. So, Coccus are spherical shaped, Spirillum are spiral or coiled shaped, Bacillus means rod shaped and Vibrio means comma shaped. Okay. See, next is Archaeobacteria. As we have seen, just see. Next is Archaeobacteria. They are a group of most primitive prokaryotes. They are the most primitive prokaryotes. So if there will be any MCQ that who was the most primitive prokaryotes, then you have to click on the Archaeobacteria. Okay, which live under the moist hostile condition. They live in the moist condition only, like extreme salty area. Those who lives in extremely salty area, they are known as halophils. Those who can live in hot springs, that is thermoacidophils. Those who can live in marshy area, they are methanogens. The cell wall structure shows absence of peptidoglycan, means their cell, in their cell wall, peptidoglycan is absent. So whatever we have seen in the Archaeobacteria, these are the most primitive prokaryote. which live under the most hostile condition, means very harsh condition they can live. Those who live in salty area, they are known as halophils. Those who live in a hot spring, they are thermoacidophils. Those who live in marshy area, they are methanogens. The cell wall structure shows absence of peptidoglycan, means inside the cell wall of archaebacteria, peptidoglycan is absent. Okay. Methanogens are responsible for production of biogas, means methanogens, they are responsible for the production of biogas, that means methane. So methanogens are responsible to produce the methane gas. Okay. Next we will see the eubacteria. They are called as true bacteria which contain rigid cell wall. If motile, they contain flagella, means if they can move, they are known as they are known as motile, means they can move. So eubacteria are also called true bacteria because it contain rigid cell wall. If motile, they contain flagella, means if they can change their position from one place to another, then they contain the flagellum. Cyanobacteria or blue-green algae are gram-positive photosynthetic bacteria. So cyanobacteria or the blue-green algae, they are gram-positive bacteria. They contain chlorophyll A and carotenoid. So chlorophyll A and carotenoid is present inside the gram-positive bacteria, that means the cyanobacteria in blue-green algae. That's why they can do photosynthesis. They may be unicellular, colonial, filamentous in fresh water, marine or terrestrial. Some of them have specialized heterocyst cells to perform nitrogen fixation. Nostoc and Anabina are the example of that. So some of them, that means the unicellular, colonial, filamentous, freshwater, marine or terrestrial bacteria it can be, some of them have specialized heterocyst cells which perform nitrogen, which perform in the nitrogen fixation. So examples are Nostoc and Anabina. Okay. Next is chemosynthetic bacteria oxidize inorganic substances like nitrate, nitrite, ammonia, etc. to produce energy and help in recycling of nitrogen, phosphorus, sulfur, etc. So there are chemosynthetic bacteria which oxidize the inorganic substances like nitrate, and they will produce energy and they will help in recycling of nitrogen, phosphorus and sulfur, etc. Okay. Heterotrophic bacteria. Next is heterotrophic bacteria. This is very easy to know. Heterotrophic bacteria are helpful in production of card, antibiotic and fixing nitrogen in leguminous plants. So heterotrophic bacteria helps in the production of card, antibiotic and fixing the nitrogen inside the leguminous plants. Okay. Next one is mycoplasma. So they are the simplest free living prokaryotes. They are simplest and free living prokaryotes. They are also known as pleuropneumonia like organism, that is PPLO. So mycoplasma is also known as, or you can say the another name of mycoplasma, that is pleuropneumonia like organism. They lack cell wall and can survive without oxygen. They can survive without oxygen. Okay. Next we will see about the protista. So kingdom protista include Chrysophycetes, dinoflagellate, euglenoids, slime molds and protozoans. So first we will see the characteristics of protista. They include all unicellular and colonial eukaryotes. So they include all the unicellular, means they are unicellular organism, and colonial eukaryotes, means they can live by making colony. Most of them are aquatic forming plankton, means they can live in the aquatic condition only. Mode of nutrition may be photosynthetic, saprobic, parasitic or holozoic. That means mode of nutrition may be photosynthetic, means they can make their own food also. Saprophytic or parasitic or holozoic it can be also. Flagella if present, if in some organism flagella is present, they are 11 stranded with 9+2 arrangement of microtubule composed of tubulin, means their microtubules are composed of tubulin. It can be one MCQ that the microtubule of protista is composed of, you have to choose the tubulin, and their arrangement of flagella is, that is 11 stranded with 9+2 arrangement. There can be one question, write the arrangement of flagella inside the protista. So you have to tell that 9+2 arrangement are there. Okay. Next is genetic material consists of 2 or more DNA molecule. Means their genetic material which is consist of 2 or more DNA molecules. Next is chrysophytes. So they includes diatoms and golden algae, that means desmids, found in fresh water as well as marine water also. Means they include diatoms, means diatoms and golden algae, they are known as also desmids. They are from chrysophytes. They found in fresh water as well as marine water also. Okay. In diatom cell wall, it forms 2 thin overlapping cells which fit together as a soap box. Means in the diatom cell wall, they form 2 thin overlapping cells which fit together as a soap box. The siliceous indestructible cell wall pile up at the bottom of water reservoir and form big heaps, that is known as diatomaceous earth. Means siliceous indestructible cell wall pile up, this type of cell wall come together at the bottom of the water reservoir. So they come to the bottom of the water reservoir and they form the big heaps which is called diatomaceous, which is called the diatomaceous earth. This is very important. What is diatomaceous earth? Okay, so you can write this point. Next is dinoflagellates. They are basically unicellular motile, biflagellate and photosynthetic protists. So dinoflagellates are basically unicellular motile, they can move, and biflagellate means 2 flagella are present, and photosynthetic protists, they can make their own food. Predominant color is golden brown, but yellow, green, red and even blue we can see also. Some dinoflagellates like Gymnodinium and Ganulax grow in large number in the sea and make the water look red and cause so-called red tide. Means they look red. They create the water red. That's why it is called red tide. Okay. Next is euglenoids. So euglenoids, they are euglena-like unicellular flagellates which possess pellicle instead of cell wall, which make their body flexible. So their body is flexible. They have 2 flagella, one short and other is long. They are photosynthetic in presence of sunlight and act as predators in absence of sunlight. So they have 2 flagella, one short and another one is long. Okay. They are photosynthetic in the presence of sunlight. So in presence of sunlight, they can do photosynthesis and act as predator in the absence of sunlight. Means they will capture some another organism. Example is Euglena and Peranima. Next thing, slime mold. Slime mold are saprophytic protists and feeds on decaying twigs and leaves. Means they are saprophytic, means they live on the dead or decaying matter and feeds on decaying twigs and leaves. Under favorable condition, they form an aggregation called plasmodium, which produce fruiting bodies bearing spores. Means when favorable condition will come for them, they will form an aggregation that is known as plasmodium, and they will produce fruit body which will bear spores. From this spore, the reproduction will be completed. The cell wall of spore bears cellulose. So the cell wall of the spore which bears cellulose. Examples are Physarum and Fuligo. Okay, these are the slime molds. Next is protozoan. So all protozoans are heterotrophs and live as predator of parasites. So all protozoans are heterotrophs and they live as predators of parasites. They are classified into amoeboid, flagellated protozoan, ciliated protozoa, and sporozoans. So amoeboid, that example is amoeba. For flagellated protozoa, that is trypanosoma. For ciliated protozoan, paramecium. Sporozoan, that is plasmodium. So these are the examples of this kind of protozoans. Next, we will see about the fungi. They are achlorophyllians, heterotrophic, spore-forming, non-vesicular eukaryotic organism. Achlorophylous means chlorophyll is not present here. Chlorophyll is absent. Heterotrophic means they will depend upon another organism for their eating, for their food. And spore-forming means they can produce spore. Non-vesicular, vesicles are absent. Eukaryotic organism. Cell wall is made up of chitin or fungal cellulose. So cell wall is made up of chitin or fungal cellulose is present. Reserved food is glycogen, means they can reserve or preserve the food of themselves as the form of glycogen. Mode of nutrition is saprophytic, parasitic or symbiotic. Reproduction may be vegetative, that is fragmentation, fission or budding occurs. Fragmentation means their body can be fragmented to produce new organism. Fission means from one parent, two or more daughter cells can be produced. Or budding means some bud-like projection will grow outside their body, and when this small bud will be prepared or they will be grown, then they will detach from their parent body and then they will live as the single organism. And also reproduction may be asexual, that is conidia, sporangiospore or zoospore, means by or sexual reproduction by oospore, ascospore or basidiospore. Sexual reproduction also occur in the fungi. Sexual cycle involves the following step. If this sexual reproduction occurs, so some sexual cycle involves here. That is plasmogamy, the fusion of male and female gametes. So what do you mean by plasmogamy? The fusion of male and female gamete, that is plasmogamy. Karyogamy, that is fusion of two nuclei, when two nuclei fuse, that is known as karyogamy. Meiosis in zygote to produce haploid spores. So meiosis in zygote if occurs, then it produces haploid spores. So these all are for fungi. Next is phycomycetes. This is the first types of fungi, that is phycomycetes. They are found in aquatic habitat. So they are found in aquatic habitat and on decaying wood in moist and damp places, means they live in the damp place. The mycelium is aseptate and conocytic, means the mycelium which is aseptate. Asexual reproduction occurs by zoospores, that means in motile case, and for non-motile case it is aplanospore. Example of phycomycetes are mucus, rhizopus and albugo, etc. Next is ascomycetes, that is sac-like fungi. So they are saprophytic, decomposer, parasitic or coprophilous, that means they grow on dung. Okay, mycelium and septate and asexual spores are conidia. They are saprophytic, decomposers, parasitic or coprophilous, means they can grow on dung, animal dung. Mycelium and branched and septate and also asexual spores are conidia. Sexual spores are called ascospores, that is produced inside the fruiting body, which is known as ascocarp. So example, neurospora, aspergillus and claviceps, etc. Next is basidiomycetes, that is club fungi, that is club shaped. The mycelium is branched and septate. Vegetative reproduction is occurred by fragmentation, means the organism makes the fragment and then the new daughter cells will be formed. Asexual spores are not found. Sexual reproduction is by two vegetative or somatic cells that forms the basidium. Basidiospores are produced in basidium by developing a fruit body that is known as basidiocarp. In the ascospores, we have seen the ascocarps, and in basidiospore, that is basidiocarp. So examples are agaricus, Puccinia, etc. Last one from fungi, that is Deuteromycetes, that is the fungi imperfect. So only vegetative and asexual phase is known. Next, mycelium is septate and branched. Some members are saprophytes, some are parasites. Example, Alternaria, Trichoderma, Coleotrochus, etc. Next is Plantae. As we know Plantae because we have seen all types of plants already. Kingdom Plantae includes algae, bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperm and angiosperms. Okay, so in case of Plantae, in case of Kingdom Plantae, it includes algae, bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperm and angiosperm. These all are the types of plants. Okay, next is Animalia. So animals, as we are also the social animals, so all the animals and humans are coming in this Animalia kingdom. So heterotrophic, animals cannot make their own food, they will depend for their food upon other. That's why they are heterotrophic. Eukaryotic organism that are multicellular and cell wall is absent in the cell. So we know that for animals no such cell wall is present. Okay, next and the last topic from this chapter, that is virus, viroid and lichens. So 5 kingdom system of classification does not include this virus, viroid and lichen. Means in this 5 kingdom classification there were no place for the virus, viroid and lichens. So if we will see the features of virus, so we can see that virus are non-cellular organism having inert crystalline structure outside the living, means crystalline structure is present outside them. In addition to protein, viruses also contain genetic materials that could be DNA or RNA. In general, viruses that infect plants have single-stranded RNA and viruses that infect animals that have double-stranded RNA. This is very much important topic. So remember that virus that will infect plants that have single-stranded RNA and virus that will infect animals that can be double-stranded RNA. Okay? Bacteria-feeding virus are called bacteriophage. Viroids are discovered by T.O. Denier as new infectious agents smaller than virus causing potato spindle tuber virus. They are free RNA without protein coat. Now we will see about the lichen. So what is lichen? Lichens are symbiotic association between algae and fungi. Symbiotic means no one is harming another. So this is the symbiotic association between algae and fungi. The algal part is called phycobion and fungal part is called mycobion. This is very much important topic, phycobion and mycobion. So algal part of lichen is known as phycobion and fungal part of algae is known as mycobion. The term protozoan was given by Goldfius. Protozoans were observed for the first time by Leeuwenhoek. Unicellular nature of the protozoans was recognized by von Selbold. Okay. Dobell described protozoans as acellular animals. These all are very, very important for short question like MCQ. Okay. So everyone remember this very much. Food vacuoles in protozoans are also known as gastrioles. The term gastriole was given by Vojkowski. Contents of food vacuoles in amoeba are first acidic in nature and later alkaline. So the contents of food vacuole which are present in amoeba, at first they are acidic in nature and later they will become the alkaline. Hyman in 1917 first proposed Sol-Gel theory. Pinocytosis in amoeba was first studied by Mast and Doyle in 1934. Giant amoeba in Pelomites or cocos. Proterospongia, that is a colonial protozoan, a connecting link between protozoa or protista and porifera, that means metazoa. Hydra amoeba, that is ectoparasitic protozoa which feeds on epidermal cells of hydra. If an amoeba is placed in distilled water, its contractile vacuole works faster. Okay, if you will place one amoeba in the distilled water, their contractile vacuole will work very fast. If an amoeba is placed in salt water, its contractile vacuole disappear. If you will place the amoeba in the salt water, the contractile vacuole will disappear. Study of viruses is called virology. Father of virology is Stanley. Pseudovirion. A pseudovirion contains host cell, that is DNA, instead of viral genome. Means instead of viral genome, DNA is present for them. Smallpox eradication program was started by WHO, World Health Organization, in 1967. Viruses can be cultured on living cells by host tissue culture method, chick embryo method. Hepatitis A virus is most stable virus infecting humans. It can withstand heating at 56 degrees centigrade for 30 minutes and treatment with diethyl alcohol. So, most mutable virus is HIV. Second most mutable is influenza virus, and TMV, tobacco mosaic virus, is most resistance virus. Okay, so these all was the topic from chapter 2, and these are very important for your competitive exam. So goodbye everyone, have a nice day.